This is a document that's used by teachers in Ontario that gives us guidance on how we should determine student grades. It says, teachers' professional judgment and interpretation of evidence should reflect the student's most consistent level of achievement with special consideration given to more recent evidence. We generally translate that to be most recent and most consistent. So the later marks that you get and the marks where you are consistent at a certain level, where you reproduce marks at a certain level, that's more indicative rather than if you look back to the first test that we did, that's probably going to have less importance in your overall mark than the last couple of tests that you do. We're going to be looking at a spreadsheet, and we're going to work with a spreadsheet a little bit later on, but we're going to take you through some of the things that you need to know about spreadsheets. We have another video which explains more in depth how to work with a spreadsheet, but we're going to go over some of the high-level things here that we need specifically for mean, median, and mode. Take a moment and think about how many assignments did each student complete. You can see from this that there are 8 assignments or 8 marks that have been collected for each student. You need to determine the most recent and most consistent mark for each student, and then justify your choice in a report card comment. Now let's look at a couple features you're going to see. When you click on a cell, as we did here, you can see this is where the person clicked. Up in the upper left, it shows the letter B6, and what that is indicating, it is indicating the currently selected cell. So you can see it's in column B and row 6. So that's why that shows B6 there. The next part of the screen is showing what has been typed in the currently selected cell. So it's showing you exactly what is in cell B6. Note that anytime we enter a formula into a spreadsheet, we put an equal sign at the start of it. So if you just type min with that information, it's going to just put that into the cell. You need to put the equal sign, and then it will actually do that calculation for you. Min is what we call a function name. It's the name of the piece of code that finds the minimum of the data that you've selected. The information in the brackets, the H6:06, is called a parameter. And what a parameter does is it sends information into the function so that the function knows how to do the calculation, or it knows what data it's working with. So why do we use functions instead of typing the answer? Well, very simply, functions automatically recalculate whenever you change the numbers. So if I go in here now and adjust those numbers, it will automatically make corrections to the min and max, the mean, median, and mode. They're also faster than calculating it yourself for a large data set. Imagine if you had 25,000 numbers and you had to do that by hand, that would be extremely time consuming. Now you can move on to the spreadsheet assignment.